came out of New York, New York, where the Jets traded Sauce Gardner for 2 first-round draft picks and wide receiver A.D. Mitchell. Gardner signed a 4-year, $120+ million contract last summer. Months later, he's dealt to Indianapolis, which had been looking for defensive help, found it in the form of the former Cincinnati standout. And now the other big trade today was the New York Jets shipping 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Quinnen Williams to the Dallas Cowboys in return for a 2026 second-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, and defensive tackle Mozzie Smith, a former first-round pick from Michigan. The Jets add a boatload of draft picks today. They arm themselves for future drafts. The Jets, dare we say, control the drafts in 26 and 27, and they are armed to take a quarterback or even 2 in the upcoming 2 drafts. Who knows? But they have a lot of needs, and they'll be able to pick the quarterback that they want. No probability.
Look at that.
I've seen this before with the Jets. Like 4 years ago, we watched you have 3 first-round picks. You hit on what seemed to be all 3. Offensive and defensive rookies of the year, and you just traded away that defensive rookie of the year. So it's not only just the picks like hitting and paying off, but
they got to hit on a quarterback.
Finally finding a quarterback.
Well, they did. They hit on Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
okay,
they just want to keep Sam Darnold.
That is a big-time player.
Go ahead, Mina.
Adam. Twist the knife, man. Okay, so I actually like all this for the Jets. Yeah, we can say it's, same old Jets, but people used to say that about the Lions, right? It was always same old Lions, and then they rebuilt in the draft, and the rest is history. But to kind of dig down deeper, the picks that they acquired, I love that they got the better of the Cowboys' first-round draft picks. I also love that they got 2027 picks. If everything I hear about the draft is true, I haven't dug into the quarterbacks like you guys have. Having that flexibility both this year and next year is valuable. I also like that they kept Garrett Wilson. I know as football fans, you want to see him on a team with a quarterback, but this is a team that's going to find a young quarterback, and they're going to need talent around him. They traded away their defensive players. Now, not only do you keep Wilson, you also have the draft ammunition to invest in skill players around question mark quarterback. They've obviously invested a lot in the offensive line. The thing that I hate the most is when the team goes all in on a first-round quarterback and then he walks into a situation that's devoid of talent on offense around him. I suspect this will be a very offense-focused draft, going to the 2 drafts going forward, and I do like that approach from New York.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mina. I love what New York did. I push back a little bit on what you said, Dio, about the culture guys. I think it was about how much compensation you could get for your best guys. And obviously they set themselves up for that position. I don't know that for sure, but I would assume that as much value as the Jets placed on Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams with their contracts and how well they played early on, it probably wasn't necessarily easy, but I've always contended that when you're a team operating in the gray area, which the Jets were, remember a few years ago how good we was talking about this defense. They are Aaron Rodgers away from being a Super Bowl contender. Obviously, that didn't work out. And I think once you go through that, you hit the reset button and you say, who are the most valuable guys that we have on this roster? Obviously, you would love to have them, but how can we rebuild this thing the right way? And we all know, we sit on these shows for years now. If you don't have a quarterback, I don't care how good your cornerback or your D tackle is, or your running back, or your head coach. It does not matter. So to your point, MK, and I love that you, either you or Dio brought up the Detroit Lions. They went out and got Matthew Stafford. They were aggressive about going and get a quarterback. Jared Goff going and get a quarterback with what they had available to them. And I'm not saying that that'll be available for the New York Jets, but you in position if something like that ever does come available. I think they did a phenomenal job of showing everybody we are going a new direction.
Yeah, again, 3 first-round picks, second-round picks, and 2 players. I mean, that is a massive haul that they're now sitting on.